So the biggest problem is personnel and getting people in the military and keeping them in the military.
The Arkansas National Guard hopes a proposed education incentive will build back up their numbers. Plus, a new vision for the future of Faulkner County, nearly 3 years after that area is devastated by tornadoes. And black-owned businesses in Little Rock.
These businesses are wonderful.
Say sandwiches, burgers, and chicken wings.
Why Rock City Eats is putting a spotlight on little businesses with a big taste.
This is THV11 News at 5.
There has been a decline of soldiers in the Arkansas National Guard since 9/11, but now there is a plan to change that.
And legislators working with the Guard on a bill that would encourage people to sign up and stay. THV11's Caitlin Gardenhire explains why they're trying to use education to get more recruits.
Dawn, Denise, the past 2 years, the Arkansas National Guard has been closing down armories and losing units. Last year, they shut down 9 armories. They hope a new education incentive bill will build back their force.
Since 2005, we've lost 12% of our force.
The Arkansas National Guard hopes a new education incentive bill will put a stop to the decline in their units.
The number one reason people get into the military is for education incentives.
Colonel Lynch says the 35 states with education benefits are their biggest competition.
They don't have as much of a problem recruiting people and keeping them in their guard as Arkansas does.
He says the number one reason people get in the military is for help with their education.
Our recruitable population is very small, so as you can see, as we're trying to reach those people, if you've got whether it's a tuition incentive or some other benefit, that's a great reason for somebody to ask questions about the military and join.
A lot of guardsmen go to school and work full-time. They say that's putting a strain on their studies and everyday life. Soldier Stelicia Christian has a GI tip, GI Bill, and a kicker, and she still has tuition to pay. This new bill will cover 100% of their tuition.
I had 100% tuition paid, then I would not have to make the decision between studying and working.
Tonight at 6, I'll tell you how the shortage affects the Guard's ability to perform missions on a state and national level.
This is an unusually fast, intense storm.
A powerful storm pounds the Northeast. New York, Massachusetts, and Maine could see up to a foot of snow. Thousands of flights canceled. Schools from Pennsylvania to Boston are closed.
Now, travel here in Arkansas isn't being affected, but if you do have a connecting plane to the Northeast, you may want to check the status of your flight. Officials also warn of high winds and coastal flooding.
Well, here in Arkansas, sunny skies and some cooler temperatures today, but those temperatures will warm right back up.
Yeah, Chief Meteorologist Ed Buckner joins us with what's ahead.
Hey, ladies, indeed, we talked about this yesterday, how we'd get a cool down and then see a big warm up as we head into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and that looks to be the case as well, along with some strong winds as we head into tomorrow. But you know, right now it's what, 45 degrees in the weather garden, pretty chilly. Take a look at the morning lows that we saw today. 29 degrees this morning at the airport in Little Rock, 28 in Searcy, 27 in Batesville. It was only 32 in Camden and Monticello as well. So basically below freezing, if not near freezing, just about everywhere this morning. And right now we're still cool. 43 Little Rock and Searcy, 43 Stuttgart, 50 in Hot Springs, and 55 in Mena. So hour by hour, we will drop into the middle 30s as we head towards sunrise. I'm going with a low tonight near 35. Clear skies, full moon tomorrow, 68 degrees. Warmer and very, very windy. We'll talk about the wind advisory and how strong the winds will be and how warm it'll get over your weekend coming up in weather.
Little Rock police are looking for those responsible after a man is killed in a drive-by shooting on West 25th Street. 29-year-old Wilford Banks died from gunshot injuries. Now, several witnesses tell police a dark gray Toyota Camry pulled up along Banks' car last night, fired shots, and then took off. No other possible suspect information is available right now. A murder trial for 19-year-old Hunter Drexler will not be moved to juvenile court, all because of the aggressive and violent nature of the crime. A judge refused to move Drexler's capital murder case, where he's charged as an adult in the 2015 shooting deaths of Robert and Patricia Cogdell. Drexler was only 17 years old at the time of the murders. 16-year-old Justin Staten, the couple's grandson, and 18-year-old Connor Ashley are in prison after plea bargains.
The United States of America has a new Attorney General, Senator Jeff Sessions. President Trump on hand today as Sessions was sworn into the Oval Office. Sessions will focus on crime, terrorism, and immigration. Next, the White House will focus on getting the president's Supreme Court nominee, Judge Neil Gorsuch, through the confirmation process.
Gorsuch is an exceptionally qualified nominee. Probably there's rarely been anybody that's been more qualified.
Now, the Senate is expected to proceed to a final vote on Congressman Tom Price to be the Secretary of Health and Human Services tonight or tomorrow. President Donald Trump signed 3 executive actions related to criminal justice today. This includes an order to have the Justice Department and the Department of Homeland Security tackle criminal cartels across the nation. The president says the plan will attempt to break the backs of criminal cartels. He's asking for a task force to reduce violent crime in the U.S. and a plan to stop violent crimes against police.
Well, it is 2 primary wildfire seasons in Arkansas. It's going on right now, and the Arkansas Forestry Commission is warning people about drones. In January, firefighters had a hard time responding to a fire in Ashley County because a drone was flying around the fire perimeter.
Now, drones near wildfires create a serious safety hazard for firefighters and stops the assistance of any firefighting aircrafts. Forestry law enforcement will prosecute anyone caught violating the no drones policy.
You know, Little Rock has been called a top foodie city for years now.
Oh, yeah. Well, with so many places to choose from, some of the best places to dine get overlooked. Amanda Yeager has details on the unique challenges of Black-owned restaurants here in Little Rock.
Well, many of us would have our mouths start watering if I started talking about, I don't know, CC's Chicken and Waffles, or maybe Brown Sugar's delicious cupcakes if you've tried those. But Black-owned restaurants just like those have that perfect mix of heart, soul, and flavor. But they often face unique struggles beyond what other business owners face.
Something for everybody.
David Hall.
When customers come in, they know who I am. I know who they are from a personal standpoint.
One of the sons of K. Hall and Sons Produce, a staple in the Little Rock community for 40 years.
What do you want on your pork chop sandwich?
A business withstanding the test of time, overcoming obstacles.
The neighborhood at one time had kind of a negative perception of it. But, you know, I've had people like, well, where's your place? Or, you know, not want to come to the area. There's been some trying times.
It's the trials matched with unwavering will that led Steve Schuler of Rock City Eats to research the unique challenges of Black-owned businesses in Little Rock.
There are still plenty of Black-owned businesses that don't see white clientele hardly at all.
He's hoping that creating awareness of these places will help bridge the gap.
Simply because they're owned by Black people, they just don't get the recognition that they might deserve.
The question is, how do we move forward? What can we do to encourage one another to support all people regardless of our differences?
I'm not doing the entire community a big service if I don't get out of my comfort zone, if I don't go to a business that I'm not familiar with, sit down and order some food and get to know the people behind it.
And coming up at 6, we'll hear more from Mr. Hall about the challenges and rewards of being a Black-owned business in Little Rock. And you know, when I was talking to him, something he said that was, no matter what though, I wouldn't change a thing. He loves this community and just admires being a part of it.
Oh yeah, my mouth was watering just looking at some of that chicken.
It was hard not to eat everything, but I was like, no, I've got to work. I got to work.
Yeah, you had me at chicken and waffles. Now I'm like craving it.
I know. So. He made me want to try so many different things that I just didn't even know about, being fairly new to Little Rock. So hopefully people will see this and maybe get out of their comfort zone.
What a great story.
So. Thank you, Amanda.
Thanks. Amanda, thanks so much.
Have some fun?
You know I love my sledding.
It's been known. You all know. You've seen me before out sledding. So Ed, what can we do here?
Just sit on it. I'll show you.
Okay, it's a little slippery here. We don't know.
Oh, that's gonna leave a mark. Remember that? Oh, that's.
It is Throwback Thursday, February 8th of 2014. Former THV11 employee Marlisa Goldsmith, alongside our own chief meteorologist Ed Buckner there.
You know, winter weather hit the state on this day 3 years ago, 2.7 inches of snow. You could have taken her to a hill or something.
Well, why are you not on it, though?
That was a Saturday morning show. We were live on Saturday morning, and and I stayed in a hotel, came back and did the morning show and helped. She wanted to play, so we played. It was fun.
Played in the snow.
She was so good at that. Like, you know, and I just pushed her, and she just kind of rumbled along the weather garden
right here in the garden.
Oh my goodness. Hey, you know, knock on whatever this is, but we didn't really get much snow this year.
I know. It was
so far.
What?
So far.
It's almost,
no, so far.
It's almost mid-February, right?
Yeah, and it can snow as late as early April, but that's probably very unlikely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
was just wearing flip-flops the other day.
I know, but I'm not giving the all clear yet. I'm not giving the all clear just yet. Let me start you off with what's going on tonight. Obviously, it's colder than it has been. Skies are mainly clear. Not much going on, really. High pressure filling in nicely, keeping us very cold. The winds have finally died down. Not a lot going on there. The only surface feature we can find is a huge dominant area of high pressure that's located up near St. Louis, Missouri. Now, that high is what's bringing us the northeast breeze, the easterly breeze, and bringing us the dry air. Speaking of dry air, and speaking of the wind, which I'm about to start talking about, the wind will be pretty strong tomorrow. So there are already several more burn bans added to the list as we head back toward the River Valley, Johnson County, Madison, Franklin, Crawford, Polk County, along with Conway, Van Buren, Searcy, and Stone. These counties under burn bans. Burning is prohibited. Then you throw in the fact that there's a wildfire threat, and the threat is high across northwest Arkansas, and where you see the yellow, that is a moderate threat for wildfires. There's a little patch of green down here southwest of Little Rock where there's no threat at all, but that's going to probably change over the next couple days if we don't get substantial rain. And I'm not looking at anything very heavy or substantial for the next several days, maybe even over a week. Numbers from today. I told you we would see a light freeze. We did drop to 29 in Little Rock. 46 was our afternoon high, only 46. So a below normal day. The normal is 54. North Little Rock saw a high of 46 as well. It's already down to 43, dew point 24. Now it's cold, but we're not going to see 29 tonight. I think it'll be just above freezing for our overnight low. 47% humidity, wind east-southeast at 9 miles an hour. So 43 in Batesville, 42 Mountain Home, 46 in Clinton, and 50 in Hot Springs, 51 currently in Arkadelphia. So temperature forecast for tonight. We'll see temps fall to just above freezing for most of us. And even up north, it's going to be even warmer because the winds will be more out of the south and southwest by that time, keeping temperatures up across the higher elevations. So one of those weird nights where we don't get nearly as cold as we were last night. So hardly anyone at freezing or below. And if you do get cold, you'll be just around 32, 31 degrees for overnight lows. Highs tomorrow back up into the middle to upper 60s. We could touch 70 in some locations down toward the south and up to the north only in the middle 60s. So for tonight, 35 degrees, clear and not as cold. Winds very light out of the south at 5 miles an hour. So tomorrow, 68, warm and windy. Lake wind advisories will be posted for tomorrow. South-southwest winds 15 to 25 miles an hour, possibly gusting to near 35 miles an hour tomorrow. So a very, very windy day. That's going to increase that fire danger that I just talked about. So 68 tomorrow, 75 on Saturday with a lot of cloud cover, not much in the way of rain unless there's a scattered sprinkle or some drizzle, and then a little bit better rain chance late Sunday into Monday. Stay with us. We're coming back.
Forced to rebuild after tragedy, the towns of Vilonia and Mayflower continue to see new life.
And THV11's Meredith Mitchell tells us about a plan that will bring a new look and new feel to the towns.
Well, the goal is to create better places to live, work, and play in Central Arkansas. And they are making the best out of an opportunity to rebuild.
The heart of a town or a city.
That's what Jumpstart is hoping to achieve in Mayflower and Vilonia.
This is a chance for them to come back and redevelop and put in place what historically has never been in place, but create a city center.
The plans are already in the beginning stages for the city of Mayflower. The project uses federal dollars to invest in streetscapes and street systems. MetroPlan Executive Director Tab Townsell is helping spearhead the program. He says these improvements will spark interest from the private sector.
That would enhance an environment to make it more attractive for private businesses, private investors to come in to develop housing, to develop commercial businesses along this street grid.
The concept would create a new urbanist style of look.
A walkable street, the type of street that you would want to stroll down past homes or businesses. It won't be so wide that it's intimidating to cross.
Creating more of a neighborhood vibe.
A scale of development that's very much centered around human being, not a vehicle.
Now, the city of Mayflower has already submitted their plans to an engineering firm and hope to have final approval soon. Vilonia still solidifying their vision for the future.
All right, respect. 2017 is going to be a big year. The Queen of Soul has announced her plans to retire.
Plus, all you need is love and a few dollars as Abbey Road comes right here to Little Rock. All things Beatlemania next. Breaking news just in, a U.S. appeals court has refused to reinstate President Trump's ban on travelers from 7 countries.
Well, several states sued to block the ban last week, saying the executive order unconstitutionally blocked entry based on religion. Government lawyers argued that the ban was a lawful exercise of the president's authority and that the 7 countries have raised terrorism concerns. More on this coming up.
All right, well, 53 years ago today, the Beatles first appeared on American television on the Ed Sullivan Show. So the Clinton Center is celebrating. It's Beatlemania. There's an exhibit, sweepstakes, and even free movie event. You can register for the sweepstakes now, and the movie marathon is Saturday. Features free screenings of popular Beatles movies and a new documentary. The exhibit focuses on mainly 1964 to 66, a changing time in the U.S.
There's a lot of change going on in the 60s, and President Clinton loves music and the Beatles and of course social justice, so this was just sort of a great fit for the Clinton Center.
So the exhibit has a lot of items like set lists, a drum kit where Ringo Starr teaches you to play the drums while singing along to Yellow Submarine, and an Abbey Road selfie station. For more information, head to THV11.com.
Speaking of music legends, the Queen of Soul is retiring at the age of 74. Aretha Franklin is planning to retire this year. The singer says she has one more album planned with several tracks produced by Stevie Wonder, but she's looking forward to spending more time with her grandchildren. Franklin says 2017 will be her last year in concert. Well-known hits for Franklin include Respect and Think.
All right, Valentine's Day is just 5 days away, so make sure to send some love to patients at Arkansas Children's Hospital. You can send Valentine's cards online through the Children's Hospital website. You can pick from several card options and have the option to include a personalized message. It takes less than a minute and there's absolutely no cost. We have a link on THV11.com.
This coming Monday, THV11 teams up with the Arkansas Blood Institute for the Helping Home Blood Donor Challenge. All you have to do is drop by the Little Rock Marriott from 9 to 1, make a donation, and get a free Blood Donor Challenge t-shirt. Heritage Grill Steak and Fin is giving you free lunch as well. Again, that is this Monday, February 13th.
Oh, we dipped in temperatures today, but a warm-up is coming.
Our chief meteorologist, Ed Buckner, has a final check of the forecast.
Catch me outside. How about that?
Catch you outside.
All right, she's back. How about that? Danielle Bergoli first appeared on the Dr. Phil Show last September.
Okay, the 13-year-old's mom said she couldn't control her behavior. Danielle's episode trailer then went viral.
Well, Danielle is back on Dr. Phil tomorrow at 3 right here on THV11.
Oh, that will be a sight to see. Ed, did you catch that?
No.
Are you familiar with it?
I have no idea what we're talking about here.
Well, I'm trying to understand it if it makes you feel any better.
We've got to get
a 13-year-old mom back on Dr. Phil?
Yeah, well, you can check it out on THV11.com, Ed, also.
I may have to do that. It must be a big deal. Quick weather look. It looks like we're going to see a big warm up tomorrow along with a lot of wind. Extra hairspray day tomorrow, 68 for a high, 75 on Saturday, and rain chances are there, but they're very, very slight.
Okay.
I don't think we'll see a lot of rain, but it will be kind of yucky over the next couple days.
All right. Thanks, Ed.
All right. We'll see you back here at 6. The CBS Evening News is next.
Good night.
Good night.
Thanks for watching THV 11 News. Stay connected to the THV Information Center 24/7 on your mobile device and with the THV 11 app for your iPad.